Hey, fellow traveler, if your heart beats for places that feel truly off the map, then I have a destination for you. Lake Turkana. Tucked away in the far, sun-baked north of Kenya, this is a body of water so vast and uniquely colored, it's earned the nickname the Jade Sea. The water shimmers with an otherworldly green set against a stark, volcanic landscape. It feels like you've landed on another planet. This isn't a place of manicured lawns or polished tourist infrastructure. It is raw, wild, and profoundly beautiful in its ruggedness. Traveling to Turkana is not what I would call a smooth ride. The roads are famously rough, the sun is relentless, the comforts of home are few and far between. But what it lacks in ease, it more than makes up for with genuine, soul-stirring adventure. This is a journey that rewards you with immense skies, ancient stories whispered on the wind, the humbling expanse of water, the humbling expanse of desert. You have the chance to meet the resilient Turkana people. Our first and most significant shortcut is to skip the expensive domestic flights. Flying from Nairobi to Lodwar can cost a small fortune. It also makes you miss the incredible transition of the Kenyan landscape. Instead, we're going to embrace the journey and travel overland. Your adventure begins in Nairobi. Catch a comfortable shuttle, or a more boisterous matatu, a shared minibus, heading northwest to Kitale. This leg takes about 6 to 8 hours. Kitale has cooler highland air. Kitale has an agricultural setting. It's a perfect overnight stop to rest and acclimatize. From Kitale, the real overland experience begins. You trade paved highways for dusty tracks. You'll need to find a shared 4x4 Land Cruiser or a sturdy truck heading north to Lodwar. These aren't scheduled buses. They leave when full. Ask around at the main transport stage in Kitale. Locals will point you. This part is long and bumpy, 8 to 12 hours sometimes. But you travel squeezed in with locals, with their chickens, and their wares. You aren't just a tourist observing from a window, you are part of the journey. As you travel north from Kitale, you pass through Kapenguria, then the lands of the West Pokot people. The scenery transforms from green highlands to arid plains dotted with acacia trees, to towering termite mounds. The views become vast and empty, stretching to a shimmering horizon. Watching this gradual change helps you understand Turkana's remoteness. You feel the distance in your bones. Arrival at the Jade Sea feels triumphant. This slow unfolding is a reward no flight can offer. One final tip: travel during the shoulder season. September, October, November. Heavy rains have usually subsided, so roads are more passable. Peak tourist season has passed. Prices for transport and lodging are often lower. The weather remains hot, but generally more bearable than the scorching dry season. Traveling smart with timing saves money and ensures a more comfortable journey. I mean, it's worth the extra time, honestly. We're going to explore what I call the fall shortcuts. Smart ways, simple ways that save you significant money and immerse you in local culture and the land itself. Once you've made the long journey to the shores of Lake Turkana, your next opportunity for major savings comes from how you choose to rest your head at night. The few established tourist lodges and hotels on the lake can be quite expensive, catering to a clientele with much deeper pockets. But our second shortcut involves bypassing these places in favor of more grounded and affordable options. Camping community guest houses. If you have a tent, you hold the key to the most budget-friendly and arguably the most magical accommodation available. Many spots, including some lodges like Eli Springs Resort, will allow you to pitch your tent for a small fee, often just a few dollars a night. There is nothing quite like waking up in a tent just a few feet from the shore of the Jade Sea. You can unzip your door in the pre-dawn light and watch as the sky slowly turns from inky black to shades of orange and pink, reflecting off the calm morning water. The sound of the gentle waves lapping the shore becomes your alarm clock. Camping allows for an unparalleled connection to the environment. It strips away the unnecessary layers between you and the landscape. If you are buying meals or drinks at the place where you camp, some owners might even waive the camping fee entirely. If carrying a tent isn't practical for your travel style, don't worry. There is another excellent budget-friendly option: local guest houses. In towns like Lodwar and even smaller villages, you can find simple, clean rooms for a fraction of the cost of a tourist lodge. These places often charge around $10 to $15 per night. The rooms will be basic, often just a bed with a mosquito net and a shared bathroom, but the hospitality is usually warm and genuine. The owners are local people, and staying with them provides a wonderful opportunity to get real, on-the-ground advice. Choosing a community guest house or a local homestay does more than just save you money. It funnels your tourist dollars directly into the local economy. Instead of supporting a large, often foreign-owned corporation, your money helps a local family pay for school fees or improve their home. Furthermore, the connections you make are priceless. Your host might share stories about the area, invite you for a cup of tea, or connect you with a reliable local guide for a fair price. This is how travel becomes a two-way exchange, enriching both you and the people you meet along the way. So, consider sleeping under the stars and among friends. It really changes the trip. Our third shortcut is all about how you get around once you've reached the Turkana region. Hiring a private 4x4 with a driver for your entire stay is the single biggest expense for most visitors. It often costs hundreds of dollars per day. For the budget traveler, this is simply not sustainable. The smart alternative: use local transport whenever possible, or team up with other travelers to share costs for specific excursions. It takes flexibility and patience, but the savings are enormous, and the experience feels far more authentic. For short hops like Lodwar to Kalokol, use the same shared transport locals rely on. These are typically aging sedans packed to the brim, or land cruisers running through the day. The ride can be dusty and crowded, but it's incredibly cheap, a real slice of daily life. Bodas are perfect for zipping around Lodwar, and for short trips along the lakeshore where terrain allows. Always agree on the fare before you start. For longer trips, like Central Island National Park, you'll likely need to hire a vehicle, or hire a boat. Don't do it alone. Look for other travelers to team up with. Check online travel forums, TripAdvisor, or Thorntree. Post a note on the guesthouse bulletin board in Lodwar, or simply strike up conversations with other travelers. Splitting the cost of a land cruiser rental or a boat rental among 4 or 5 people makes it far more affordable. Be flexible. Local transport doesn't run to a strict schedule. Organizing a group can take a day or two. Expect delays and last-minute changes. But this is the spirit of adventurous, low-impact travel. It forces you to slow down, be resourceful, and connect with people. The conversations while waiting for a shared ride or negotiating a group boat often become the most memorable moments. It's a shortcut that saves money and adds real depth to your trip. Once you've successfully navigated your way to the shores of Lake Turkana, a world of stark beauty and unique experiences awaits. The best part is that many of the most meaningful activities cost very little or are entirely free. Your first and most essential activity should be to simply swim in the Jade Sea. The water is surprisingly warm and has a silky, slightly saline feel due to its high alkalinity. Find a spot that locals confirm is safe from crocodiles. They tend to congregate near river mouths and in specific well-known areas, and wade in. Floating in that vast greenish water with the desert landscape all around you is a surreal and deeply calming experience you won't soon forget. A must-do excursion is a visit to Central Island National Park. This volcanic island is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is home to 3 crater lakes, one of which is a breeding ground for flamingos. The island itself is an otherworldly landscape of black lava rock and is also a major breeding site for the Nile crocodile. To get there, you'll need to hire a boat from Kalokol. This is the perfect opportunity to use our third shortcut: Find other travelers to share the cost. The boat ride itself is an adventure, offering stunning views of the lake. Remember to bring your ID, as park fees can sometimes be lower for East African residents or students. Beyond the natural wonders, a huge part of the Turkana experience is connecting with its people. The Turkana are a proud, resilient community with a rich culture adapted to one of the harshest environments on Earth. When you visit a village, always do so with respect and humility. It's best to go with a local guide who can facilitate introductions. Ask for permission before taking photographs, and be prepared to listen more than you talk. A great way to support the community directly is by purchasing crafts, beaded necklaces, bracelets from local women's groups. These small, meaningful interactions are often the most treasured memories of the trip. Finally, make time to witness the sunset at Eli Springs. This oasis on the western shore of the lake is fringed with palm trees and features a beautiful stretch of black volcanic sand. The sunsets here are legendary. As the sun dips below the horizon, it paints the sky and the water with brilliant shades of gold, orange, and purple. You can sit on the shore, feel the warm breeze, and watch the light dance across the jade sea. Many spots along the beach are free to access if you are not staying overnight. It's a simple, profound pleasure that perfectly captures the magic of this incredible place. Traveling to Lake Turkana on a budget requires smart shortcuts and smart preparation. What you pack affects your expenses and your comfort. Think about water first. Bottled water is available in Lodwar. Bottled water in other small towns gets pricier. Plastic waste is a real concern. Bring a water filter, or bring water purification tablets. That lets you drink tap water or water from boreholes. You save money and cut plastic waste. Now, food. Try local dishes. But remote areas have limited costly options. Pack non-perishable snacks from Nairobi, or pack them from Kitale. Protein bars, nuts, dried fruit. They work as a quick breakfast or lunch. Avoid buying overpriced biscuits in village shops. A stash is a safety net. Pack for practicality and protection from the elements. The sun is intense. Wear lightweight, long-sleeved shirts. Wear trousers. Be culturally respectful and sun-safe. Wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, high SPF sunscreen. Pack a basic first aid kit, antiseptic wipes, bandages, pain relievers, personal medications. Medical facilities are scarce and basic here. Be self-sufficient for minor scrapes and ailments. Bring a powerful headlamp or torch. Money. Carry enough cash. ATMs are only in Lodwar and can be unreliable. Break large bills into smaller notes in Nairobi, or break them in Kitale. Getting change in small villages can be difficult. Use shortcuts, overland travel, camping, sharing rides. Plan for about $30 to $40 per day. That should cover basic food, simple lodging, and shared transport. Excursions like the boat trip to Central Island cost extra. Plan and save for those separately. A common question I get about traveling to a place like Turkana is it safe? The region has a reputation for being a bit of a wild frontier, and it's true that, like any remote area, you need to be smart and aware. Stories of banditry or intertribal conflict can sound intimidating, but these incidents are rare and typically do not involve travelers. The best safety advice is to use common sense. Travel only during daylight hours, as driving at night is risky due to poor road conditions and security concerns. Always let someone know your general itinerary. Guest house owner, friend back home. Your greatest safety asset will be local knowledge, driver, guide, host. They understand the local dynamics and will know if there are any specific areas to avoid. Be discreet with your valuables, expensive cameras, phones, large amounts of cash. Dressing modestly and behaving with calm respect will go a long way. The vast majority of Turkana people are welcoming and hospitable to visitors who show politeness and an interest in their culture. By being a respectful traveler, you are far more likely to be met with kindness and help than with any trouble. So, after all the dust, the bumps, and the planning, is the journey to Lake Turkana truly worth it? My answer is an emphatic yes. This is a trip that changes your perspective. It strips away the noise and clutter of modern life, leaving you with the essentials: the sky, the water, the earth, the human connection. You will be challenged, you will be hot, and you will be tired. But you will also witness a sunrise over the Jade Sea that feels like the dawn of time. You will spend nights under a blanket of stars so bright they seem close enough to touch. You will share smiles with people whose resilience will inspire you. If you are seeking a genuine adventure, then go to Lake Turkana. Use these shortcuts to make it affordable, but more importantly, use them to make it real. Travel overland, sleep in simple places, share the ride. Be a kind, curious, careful traveler. This isn't a vacation. It's an exploration. It asks for your patience, your courage, your openness. In return, it offers a profound sense of discovery and a connection to a wild, honest, and truly unforgettable part of our world. You'll come back with more than just photos. You'll come back with a story. Hit that subscribe button on WanderQuest, drop your questions below, and share this with a friend who dreams of Kenya's hidden gems. Wander far, quest hard.